MetaStock 14 has incorporated several key enhancements into the Power Console that can help you streamline your workflow. In this 4-part training series, I'm going to show you how to take advantage of those features. With that being said, let's go into MetaStock. In this training, we're going to review the added functionality of the Power Console System Test tab. We've added the tree control functionality to this tab. This gives users added flexibility to their workflow. So I'm going to select the System Test folder up at the top, and I'm going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard to expand and retract this folder to display the list of system tests. So I'm going to use my right arrow key, and you'll see that it expands the list of tests showing, and the left arrow key will retract it. And I can also use my down and up arrow keys to go through the list of tests. When I right-click onto the main folder up at the top, I'm allowed to create a new system. And when I right-click onto any one of the system tests below, it allows me to edit, copy, delete, or print and start the formula organizer. When I double-click onto the main folder up at the top, it also allows me to create a new system test. And when I double-click onto any of these systems below, it brings up the editor for that particular system. The tree control functionality exists in the list of instruments below as well. So again, I can use the arrow keys to expand as well as retract any of the lists below. And I can also use the double-click menus to create new lists, as well as the right-click menus to edit, copy, delete, and manage any of the lists shown below. And I can double-click onto the public online data lists to bring up the public list editor to edit the list of public lists showing in this view. And this will carry on through all of the tabs, the charts, the Explore, and the System Test tab, as well as the Forecaster. So now let's run a test and go through the different options. We're going to select the Equus Bollinger Bands, and let's run a test on some local data. So we'll just select my entire list of local data. You'll also notice here that we no longer have the wizard in the Power Console, that everything you need is nicely displayed all on one screen. And you can easily get to your trade options by this button right here, which pops up right onto the screen so you can still easily see everything that you need. So I'm just going to make sure that I have my options set up properly and everything looks okay. So I'm going to hit OK. And again, one of the really nice things about the Power Console is that you can initiate the start of a system test just by simply hitting the Enter on the keyboard. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And we're going to view the results. Next, let's select a couple of tests. And I'm going to leave my local data files selected, but I'm also going to select my list of custom data files. So I've got both of them selected. And you'll notice here that we have these red messages popping up. And all it's letting us know simply is that these particular options apply to my list of online instruments, that they won't apply to the local data files. So I'm going to click on Summary, and it's just letting me know that I can only do either an online test or a local data test. So we're going to do an online test since we've already back tested the local data files. I'm going to click on OK. And that brings up our summary window. And it just gives us an overview of the options we have set, the date range that we're back testing, the interval, the systems that we're using, and the instruments. And we're going to go ahead and start our test. And view results. And that concludes our training on the added functionality of MetaStock's Power Console System Test tab. Thank you for joining me.